Hello everyone, this is the Commander, and in this video I'm going to show you all of the Star Wars walker types in Canon. I'm going to start with the Galactic Republic. The All-Terrain Attack Pod, or ATAP, was a three-legged walker used by the Galactic Republic, and these were later used by the Rebel Alliance. The next walker is the ATTE, or All-Terrain Tactical Enforcer, and they had 6 legs, and they had 6 laser cannons, and they had a lot of defenses. The next is the All-Terrain Recon Transport, which could fit a single person. It had a open cockpit, and it was a bipedal walker. The next walker is the ATOT, and this walker had 8 legs and it had an open top to fit more troops, but that also meant that these troops could be fired at from the top. Next, it's the self-propelled heavy artillery turbo laser. This one doesn't look like a walker, but it can move, and it has that big turbo laser on it. It has 12 legs. Moving on to the Separatists, we have the Harvester. It was a 4-legged battle droid used by the Separatists, and it was used to mine items on planets. Next up is the OG-9 homing spider droid. This had 4 legs. Once again, it was a droid. They did not have walkers. They were controlled by life forms in this. And yeah. The next one is the Octoptara Tridroid. It was similar to the OG-9, but it only had 3 legs. Moving on to Imperial walkers, we have the famous AT-AT, All-Terrain Armor Transport. This was used to transport troops across the battlefield, and it was very big. It had 4 legs and a good amount of defenses. Next up is the AT-ACT, the All-Terrain Armored Cargo Transport. This one also had 4 legs and was very similar to the AT-AT. It was a little bigger, but it wasn't used to transport troops and instead cargo, and it didn't have as good as defenses. Next up is the All-Terrain Defense Pod, which was a bipedal walker used for patrols and scouting mission. It could seat a driver and a gunner. And the next one is the All-Terrain Defense Turret ATDT. Then we have the All-Terrain Missile Platform, the ATMP, and this one was a bipedal walker used 3 years after the Battle of Yavin, and it was armed with heavy missiles. We have another iconic walker, the ATST All-Terrain Scout Transport, and this was a bipedal walker, and it was used to eliminate smaller forces. They were deployed along AT-ATs to help them destroy the enemy. Then we have the ATPT, another bipedal walker used by the Galactic Empire. We are now moving on to the First Order walkers. We have the ATHH, the All-Terrain Heavy Hauler, which was used to tug the cannon we saw in The Last Jedi. Then we have the All-Terrain Heavy Scout, which had like 5 legs, I believe, and it could move around. And then we have the All-Terrain Mega Caliber 6. This was kind of similar to the AT-AT, but not directly. It had more armor. It's a bigger walker with the big cannon, and it's known as a guerrilla walker. Next up, it's the ATMA, All-Terrain Mobile Artillery, and this was used as a four-legged walker in Star Killer Base. Next up is the All-Terrain Patrol Droid. This was a four-legged walker, and it was a droid and not controlled by people. And the First Order also had their variants of the AT-AT and the AT-ST, but they didn't change that much, so I'm not going to show them. We have the Mobile Assault Walker. This one is very similar to the AT-RT of the Galactic Republic. They just made a few changes. It's a bipedal walker with no cockpit and just an open cockpit. Then we have the Urban Assault Transport, the UATT. There is a walker used for operations, and to use this heavy machinery, they deploy these walkers opposed to the ATM-6s. So that's going to wrap it up for this video, and make sure to subscribe and like. This is the Commando signing out.